We play and call it work.
MiniWarGaming's Battlefleet Gothic Battle Report.
Hello there, Wargamers, and welcome to more Teaching Tarl Tactics, a Battlefleet Gothic Battle Report. I am Luka from MiniWarGaming, and this is my roommate, Tarl.
Roommate Tarl here, guys. What's going on, my dudes?
Today, we are playing Battlefleet Gothic with the XR rules due to popular demand. People asked I played it, and I agree. It's great. I read it. I like them quite a bit. They're very clean, very concise. Now, the fleets we picked the fleet list we picked didn't matter too much because we're playing only at 500 points. This is one of Tarl's first games. We did a practice game where we only did one battle round each before we started recording, just to give him the fundamentals of the game and how it works. And to help along with that, I am playing the Imperial Navy and Tarl's playing Chaos. Because
Chaos is strong.
Because Chaos is strong. And that's kind of like an out-of-the-box, very beginner level fleet-on-fleet action. We are doing Cruiser Clash, modified a little bit. I'll go into more details about that when we go to look at after we look at our fleets. And that's pretty much it. If you are not familiar with Battlefleet Gothic, I will be going over the rules a little bit as we play, but not in like a tutorial level how to play depth. If you want some of that, we do have more Battlefleet Gothic content on the channel, where when we first started recording it, it wasn't the XR rules, not that they changed too much, but we do go into details about how the game is generally played, right? Not, again, how to play level details, but you can pretty much get a good grasp of how the game by watching those, or maybe watching this one. We'll see how much we go into it. Haven't really quite figured that out yet. I think it's time to go look at the fleets, though, and get this game on the road. This will be the fleet I'm using for Cruiser Clash. We try to keep our lists very similar to one another in the terms of ship size and the amount of ships we brought. We both brought 6 ships in total, 2 escorts of 2, and 2 cruisers. Now what I have here is I'm technically running the Battlefleet Gothic fleet list, or sorry, the Gothic system fleet list. Not that it really matters because I'm not really changing out my ships at all, but I'll be playing these 2 cruisers as Gothic class cruisers. So they're gonna have their weapon batteries and their lances, but they're not quite a big enough class of ship to have the Nova cannon that the Imperium is known for. And for their respective leaderships, the one closest to the camera right now is Leadership 6, and this one over here is Leadership 8. We've already rolled them up. And I want to note the fleet lists don't really matter too much because we're only playing with 500 points, and that means we're not required to take any commanders, so we didn't really, just to keep it kind of simple. Over here we have Vipers. These are in the BFG Imperial Navy listing that I found them in, at least. They rolled up Leadership 9. If you're curious what Vipers are, they are only torpedo boats. They have torpedo bays, that is their only weapon option, and they're at strength 3 each. So when they fire torpedo salvos, they can combine them up to strength 6 if they want to. And lastly, we have Firestorms, which are like an offensive escort, I guess. They have weapon batteries and lances. They just kind of filled out my points nicely, them and the Vipers themselves. They rolled up Leadership 8. So if you're curious, they both have weapon battery strength 2, and they both have a single lance. And I guess I'll go into a little bit more detail about my Gothic class cruisers. They have port and starboard weapon batteries at strength of 6. Sorry, I lied, 4. And then they have proud torpedo bays on their noses there that are both at strength 6. So they can shoot out pretty big torpedo salvos. And that's pretty much it for my fleet. We're going to take a look at the Chaos Force of Tarl. This will be Tarl's fleet. As I said, it's very similar to mine. He's got 2 cruisers of about the same class, and he's got 2 separate squads of 2 escorts. Technically playing the Chaos Renegade fleet list. No Space Marines included here, no fleet commanders included here. It's just Chaos versus Imperium using the XR rules. And some of the XR points adjustments and stuff like that. Mostly those rules hit the fleets.
So we'll start off by showing off our Devastation class cruiser. That's the one that's going to have those port launch bays and the starboard launch bays. It'll be launching at those bomber squads and those fighter squads in order to do some big damage. He also has the port lance battery, the starboard lance battery, and the prow weapons battery, allowing him to fire in all sorts of different angles and blow people up from real far away.
Yeah, that's the thing with Chaos. They usually have much longer range weapons than any other faction in general. And then we got the Murder.
The Murder class cruiser. Now the Murder class cruiser is the big guns here. They don't have any of those starboard ports, they can't send out any of those bombers, but they do a lot of damage with their 10 firepower on both the port and starboard side. They also have that lance battery up in front to really do the damage once the shields are broken.
Yeah, once you get the shields down, that's where the lance battery wants to come in.
Off to the side here, we do have our lighter cruisers. These are the Idolator class. These ones will just have the weapons batteries and the lancers. They're your typical,
Escort?
escort class, yeah.
Yeah, so these are escorts here. They're very similar to my Firestorms, actually. They're very similar to my Firestorms, except they have a little bit longer range on their weapon batteries. Their lances are only 30 centimeters, though. And this game does use centimeters, if anyone is curious.
Hooray, metric!
As I scream out random numbers, about 15 there, 30 there, it's all in centimeters. And what are these last little guys? I know you only added them in because of points.
Those are the Iconoclast class destroyers. Iconoclast.
The Iconoclast. They just have weapon batteries, right? They're just...
Yes, sir.
Are they just weapon strength 2?
Weapon strength 3.
Okay.
Actually, alright, don't sell them short.
That's fair, alright.
And they're gonna do some big damage.
Alright, well, they're there to support the big ships. And that's it. We've got a table set up ready for Cruiser Clash, so we'll go ahead and deploy and show you what it looks like. Hey there, Wargamers! I'm about to record a little bit more Battlefleet Gothic content with my roommate. That's going to be in the MiniWarGaming Vault. If you're not a Vault member and you want to check that video out, it's down below in the link, where you can get yourself a 7-day free trial, get yourself access to that video, as well as other Battlefleet Gothic content if you're really craving that. And you can just cancel afterwards if you want, or get a free refund after 30 days. We find most people like to stick around though. So we have deployed. We are playing on a 3x3 or 3x4, it kind of recommends for an entry-level game for Cruiser Clash. So we have asteroid fields. They're very hard to see, obviously, on a space mat, but asteroid fields cutting off the sides that's where we would technically disengage if we go past that line over there. I've deployed my fleet over here. I have my Gothic class cruisers, my Firestorms, and my Vipers over here. And we do have a few asteroid fields acting as celestial phenomena. The sunward edge is over there. That's why the asteroid fields are kind of lengthwise in that direction. And we do have another asteroid field over there, facing towards that direction. Then we have a planet. This will be a gas giant. It'll be a medium scale planet. That way it'll have a gravity well of 15 centimeters coming out. We'll explain gravity wells, if it comes up, when it comes up. And then across from me, we have Tarl's deployment. So we have your Murder there. We have the Devastation class cruiser. And then we have the Iconoclast over here, and then their buddies right beside my camp. Idolators. Idolators over there, yeah. We're about to roll off to see who goes first here. Just haven't done that part yet. I'm gonna go ahead and roll number 4. Okay, I'm obviously bad. So would you like to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Okay, so I will go first. Forgot to go over the leaderships of your ships. Go left, my left to your right.
Alright, so on your far left, our Devastation over there, his leadership is 6.
Boo!
Yeah, not great. And then my other cruiser, the Murder class, leadership 8. And our Idolators, they are leadership 6, and the Iconoclasts are 8, or reverse. So Iconoclasts, Idolators.
Okay, so 8-6 though, so it's pretty much like over there.
8-6, 8-6.
6-8, 8-6, yeah. And then my guys are, I think I went over my leaderships already, but yeah. Mine are generally pretty good. I think I have 1-6 in there somewhere. That's right, it's actually on my one Gothic class cruiser, which is not ideal. But it is what it is, so I'll be going first. Huzzah! We're gonna start with my movement first. I know with my cruisers I want to go all ahead full, so I'm gonna start with the leadership 8 cruiser, all ahead full order. Boop! We pass with a 7. Give him the all ahead full order. What that does is that increases his movement by 4d6 centimeters, but he has to go straight. So he moves, I think it was 20. Oh wow! Oh wow!
Yikes!
I don't want to go that far forward. He moves 20, but plus 40 there, so or plus another 20. He's gonna go 40 centimeters forward, and with that, we're gonna go stem to stem to there. Well, aren't we in the den immediately? Well, let's hope his stupid cousin over here doesn't screw this up. All ahead full. He does. Nice, good job. That means I fail that order. No more orders. And one thing I found weird was there was like an FAQ for Battlefleet Gothic that pretty much said, yeah, there's a command phase, do all your orders right away. But then Battlefleet XR is very clear that says, no, do an order, resolve a ship, then do an order, resolve a ship. Kind of like how I initially read the Battlefleet Gothic rules. If there's any nuances as to why it's better to do it that way, or they decided to do it that way, because I feel like the order phase is much easier, but maybe there's a way to game it that I'm not thinking of because I'm a novice. So I guess he's just going to go 20, he's going to go there. I pre-measure most of this, it's just easier to do with the camera in my hand. I'm going to go with Firestorms next, they're just going to go forward, they're 25, and they're not going to bother turning. Whereas these Vipers are going to go forward 30 and not turn. And then that is my first movement done. And I already know I don't have range on any of my guns because they're all 30 centimeters, which is about a foot, if anyone doesn't know the conversion. Obviously, I got nothing in a foot. I got that guy, but he's about 45-ish away. And then those guys are pretty safe over there. Asteroid field in the way and out of range as well. So that's my first turn. Honestly, that's it. That's it. It's done. It's over.
So, I'm just gonna go straight up to this little bit of stars here.
Any turning?
Yes, I am gonna turn.
So they can turn up to 45 degrees.
And that's where, about that.
Or you can try and skirt the asteroids. You don't want to get near the asteroids. It could be devastating. So if a big ship like that fails the leadership check to navigate through the asteroids, it's only got 8 hits on it. It could take D6 hits, which would be
scary stuff.
Which would be real bad. So that's
Scary
where
stuff.
Is that where he's ending?
He's gonna go a little bit more. I moved the 15 up there. He does have 25. I'm just gonna go up to 20.
All right, so we go an extra 5 centimeters. Obviously, not doing any orders on this ship. Just forward for chaos. Boop. And that is the murder class cruiser. That's the one with all the guns.
Yes. So I'm gonna come over to our little fighters over here, and I'm gonna activate the lock-on order on this class here. They do have the leadership 8. They're my higher leadership, so I'm gonna go with them first.
And you also get +1 to your leadership because I'm on special orders. So it makes it a little bit easier for you if my orders, because you get like, there's a bunch of reasons why, but pretty much you're at leadership 9.
Excellent.
Yeah. I was going to explain the narrative of it, but it's just easier to say you're leadership 9. You pass with flying colors.
Beautiful.
So they get lock on. Lock on means you get to re-roll all the dice when firing, essentially, but you don't get to turn.
We're gonna fly straight up.
Straight up right into this very colorful part of the map here. This is Nebula. And then the other guy's going to follow behind him. We got target lock on them right now. Next up, the other escorts.
We're gonna try and target lock on those guys as well.
Leadership 7 because I'm on orders and you're good.
Ooh.
Very nice. These guys are in danger.
All right, so we're gonna go nice and colorful. Those little stars that I see right up here. Just straightforward.
I'm going to try and annihilate my Viper escorts here.
We're gonna try.
Escort fight! There's going to be an escort fight over here and a cruiser fight over here. I'm going to gang up on that cruiser. And then we're going to come to this part of the table over here in your Devastation class.
Yes, sir.
All ahead full?
All ahead full.
Oh, he's good. Just because I'm on special orders.
All ahead full.
You'll go, okay, 7, 10, 12 extra centimeters.
Beautiful.
You'll go 37. Gonna go just up, skirting around the planet here. We're going to the shooting phase, and you said you wanted to start over here.
Yes, we're gonna shoot a lance on your cruiser.
Right, so the only guns on that side are Lance Strength 2, but he's on all ahead full, so it's Lance Strength 1 at my cruiser here. Only thing really in range, of course I have shields, but if the lance does hit, it'll trigger shields, and it will still hurt me in other ways.
Right.
1 lance on a 4? No.
Nope.
So lance misses, or doesn't hurt me, or it
Gonzo.
pretty much a miss. You're gonna opt to not fire the ordnance now.
Yes, sir. I will save it for another day.
Another day. We're gonna do the murder next. The side arc only has line of sight and range on this Gothic class cruiser, whereas the lance batteries in the front are gonna fire at this cruiser here. So I'm gonna throw 2 lances. And 1 hits, 1 misses. But that will trigger shield. My cruisers have shields too, so that should help quite a bit in this game. They're quite durable, surprisingly, these Imperial Navy guys. Next up, the weapon batteries. It's gonna be, after all the modifiers, long range and all that, it's 5 hits. Well, see if we break the armor first. Armor 6? Oh my gosh, he did.
Hooray.
You trigger a shield on him as well. If anyone's curious, the way this game works for shooting, weapon batteries pretty much have an automatic hit chart we have to follow, and then you roll to see if you can actually get through the armor of the targeted ship. I'm armor 6 on the front, 5 everywhere else. That's him done firing. He doesn't have any ordnance he can shoot at the end, and then we have these escort class ships left. All right, my man, these guys are up next.
Yes, the Idolator class raiders are going to be firing their weapons batteries and their lance batteries into your ships there.
My Vipers. We're gonna obviously fire the weapon batteries first to trigger shields, if possible. Yep. Everything is said and done, they'll get 2 weapon battery shots, or hits. I'm armor 4. I should have braced. Oh well. I am going to... That kills the guy, actually. The first one hits his shield, and the second one will go through him. I will definitely brace against the lances, I think. So that hits him, and then the second hit will kill him because they only have 1 hit each. Rip! And then we have the lances as well. Are they 1 lance each?
Yep.
I'll attempt to brace for impact. Because I'm going to have other shots at me as well, and I do pass. Bracing! And then the 2 lances. We got 1 hit, which will trigger my shield. Shield's going to go there, which will mean they'll have a clear shot into him without going through the blast. You have target lock. You get to re-roll that lance that failed. So one hits and the other one gets a re-roll. It fails. This will be a closing escort as well after measuring or after using the compass. 3 shots after everything is said and done. We're looking for 4s, and you get to re-roll for target lock. So we have 2 hits. 2 hits. I did brace against this, so I have to make both my 4-ups for him to survive. Nope, I don't. He is also shot down from the collective of all the escorts firing at him. Destruction comes for me. Because?
Chaos is strong.
Yeah. That will be the end of Tarl's turn. Not bad. Taking this side here, I'm gonna have to try and retaliate and help out with these guys over here and see what they can do. As we go into my turn too, I lied when I said they had weapon batteries on the port and starboard. They actually have lances. So they're 4 lances on each side, and then they shoot torpedoes at the front. Kind of a weird cruiser, but I like it. Firestorms are gonna move first, and then they're gonna do a target lock order. They are going to pass. We get target locked, and then they're gonna go ahead and move. We're gonna move forward with them. This guy's gonna go with the full 25. He'll end there. And then this guy is... Actually, he's not going to go the full 25. He's going to bring it back a little bit. This guy is going to fly to there and avoid that blast. And still stay coherent of him being within 15. Because had I gone the full distance, I would have lost 5 movement. And then I would have ended up on the blast, which would have compromised his shields. And I don't feel like I want to do that, you know. Before we go any further, we should have gotten rid of D6 of these at the end of Tarl's turn. So these would have cleaned up in the end phase. This Gothic class cruiser is going to move 15 because the blast was slowing him down, and we are going to turn 45 degrees that way. Actually, no, we're going to stay like this. Yeah. Never mind, no. We have no real good arcs on the lances. Can't see him because of the planet. Can't get them because of range. So we might as well turn that 45. Yeah, we'll go not the full 45, we'll go there. Then this cruiser is going to go its 15 forward. And... oh man. If I know Tarl, he's going to want to ram. I'm going to turn to face, even though it's against my better judgment. I don't feel like getting rammed on the side, is what I'm trying to say. Start off my shooting phase with these firestorms. I'm going to fire the weapon batteries. The one is in a good shift, so he does get 2 shots. This guy only gets 1, but you add them together for 3. And we are hurting on 5s. And we do get to re-roll for target lock. All right, we get 2 hits. How many shields do you have? 2?
Yes.
All right, so you're just down 2 levels of shields. Not gonna brace for impact then, my man?
Nah, we're going for it.
All right, 2 lances coming at you. We get to re-roll. Got 2 lance hits.
Yikes.
So let's see if those are critical. Neither of them are, but you do take 2 hits on your cruiser. He's got 6 hits left on him. After they fired at your murder class, this guy over here is gonna fire. He's got nothing to the port and starboard, so he's gonna fire at the end of the shooting phase his ordnance, his strength 6 torpedoes. Now with the XR rules, it says just use the 3 torpedo marker and mark the strength of the torpedo with a 6. I don't know if that's because balance-wise it's easier to manage a 3 wide torpedo salvo, or it's because lack of equipment and it's just harder to find the proper size markers for them. Either way, we'll go with that. And then those don't move to the ordnance phase, and then this one's going to do the exact same. Nothing to the port or starboard, and then the torpedoes are just going to launch from the front. Now the problem is, these torpedoes are going to have to fly through blasts. Those ones will have a clear shot, so these ones might end up being destroyed in the cataclysmic events of the shields. But that's it for my shooting phase. We're going to go right onto the ordnance phase. We're going to go with those torpedoes first. They're going to fly right forward into the cruiser. They're too fast for him to avoid it, but you do have turrets to defend against them. Now he's got 2 turrets, every 4 up, lowers, oh nice. So you knock my torpedo salvo down to 4, which I'll just go ahead and roll 4 dice against you. Now you're armor 5, the torpedoes collide into you and they, ooh, 2 more hits. Oh, sorry. I know you see 2 hits, I didn't give you the chance to brace for impact. Would you like to brace for impact against that?
No, thank you.
Okay, so that's 2 torpedo hits. That's going to cripple your ship automatically. No? Alright, would you like to brace for impact? Oh, after I informed Tarl what a crippled ship does, he's like, yeah, I'll get some brace for impact. So we're going to try a brace for impact against those torpedoes there. What is the leadership on the murder class?
This one is...
Okay, so he'll go up to 7 because I'm on... Actually, he's back down to 6 because he's got blast markers on him. So leadership 6 on that. If he fails, he fails. He actually fails, so no brace for impact, so not much he could do about it. So he takes the 2 torpedo hits, and are they crits? No, neither of them are crits, but he does take another 2 hits, which puts him down to 4 hits remaining, and he's crippled. Sorry, Tarl lied, the murder is actually 8.
I did lie again.
And then this one's over here is 6, which is fine. That means Tarl passes, and then you have brace for impact saves against those torpedoes. So every 4 up, you negate a damage. Okay, well you're not crippled, which is nice. So you're braced, and you've taken 3 hits from that torpedo salvo. Now this torpedo salvo is going to go flying in as well. You go 30, which is more than enough. And I set it up so they skirt past that guy, but they have to fly through the blast though. There's nothing I can do about that. On a 6, they are destroyed in the blasts. They're not. They collide with the cruiser, but you do get your turrets again. Turrets are fine, 2 defensive turrets. Lower my strength by 1, so I'm coming at you with a strength 5 torpedo barrage. 5's to hit, you're already braced, so we only have 2 hits on you, and you get 2 4-up saves against those hits. Oh, nice! The brace for impact is huge! Alright, so the torpedoes do nothing. Well, they hit the ship, but they do superficial damage because the bracing prevented it. And that's it for my turn, actually. I have no critical damage to repair. We're going to remove some of these blast markers. We're removing 5. Only the ones that aren't touching a ship, though, so these 2 go away. And now we're on to turn 2 for Tarl. So which ones are going first? The Iconoclast?
I'm going to start with my Leadership 8. They're going to try and do their targeting shots.
The target lock? Now remember, you can't turn with that one. You have to go forward. You have to go straight.
Oh, yeah. I guess they will not do that one. They are not going to do an order. They're just going to do their thing.
That's fair. That's what I thought. Turning 90 on them.
Yep.
And then just going to go forward.
Yep. Straight on up.
Boom. Going to go into my firestorms.
Let's do it.
These escorts are actually going to be a massive thorn in my side. Here they come.
Sorry. They will not be...
After the Iconoclast, these guys are not going to go on an order. They're going to turn up to about 45, it looks like.
Yes, sir.
And then they're going to go behind, kind of skirt around me and start flanking me from behind later in the game. I'm going to hope my durable ships can prove strong as I try and bully that cruiser down. But I have to chase that cruiser down, which is the issue. Then we're going to go over to the Devastator class cruiser? The not murder class cruiser.
Yeah.
So he's going to go forward 10 and turn, I think is the plan.
Yes, sir.
Oop. And he's going to do what they're attempting to do and just circle around me. Turning is 45. Or up to 45, and then further he can go 25, right? So he could go 15 more.
I think he's just gonna go up to 10.
All right, just 20 more. Bam, and then that's his move there.
Yeah, that's his
Ended up moving the murder right through my ship and turned 45 degrees there. And that's it for movement. It's time for Schusting. All right, we're gonna start off with this ship over here. Yes.
Yes, my Devastation class. He is going to fire his port lance batteries. And I'm gonna attack your small cruisers. Firepower 2, so just looking for force.
Wait, are they lances or are they weapon batteries?
They are lances.
Ooh,
Yes.
So lances off to the sides at them. So you will have to do a leadership check to fire at not the nearest enemy.
Oh, not the nearest enemy, eh?
Yeah.
And he does have lower leadership, so I will instead fire at the nearest enemy.
All right. Well, I mean, you could do. There's no downside to the leadership check.
I could fail it.
I suppose you could.
I don't want to fail things.
All right, so we're gonna fire at him then.
We're gonna fire at him.
2 lances. Here we go. Bam. Oh wow.
Hey!
Okay. There goes his shields. Well, okay. And we're gonna fire Ordnance this turn.
Yes, sir.
All right. So he can fire. These guys have fighters, bombers, or assault boats, and you can do 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Which one would you like to? You know what? We'll figure it out. And we're gonna go ahead and launch 2 waves of bombers, 1 from the port, 1 from the starboard, and they're gonna be a pain in my side come later. Well, yeah, come later.
So we are going to go over to my cruiser ships now. My Iconoclasts are going to try and fire at these escort ships. We're going to try and get them out of the way so we can finish off those dudes.
Yeah, so you're gonna go from your escorts here into my escort to make way to my big cruiser here. After everything is said and done, they're gonna get 2 shots into the beam escort in front of them. Looking for 5s. I'm not bracing. Okay, well geez, scary. That's 1 shield. So bam. I guess that would be from there. And that's them done. And then these guys can fire next.
Yep, and it's the same thing except they are going to shoot for even less. So they're only going to throw 1 and they're looking for that 5.
Oh!
Which they did not get.
Okay, I got
He
lucky.
is safe for now.
I got super lucky. They're not firing their lances because their lances are prow, on the prow in the front. Okay, so the murder's gonna fire at them with the starboard weapon batteries. After everything is said and done with a good shift, you're gonna be hitting them on 2. Or you're gonna get 2 shots. I have 1 health and I've taken shields. So I think I'm gonna brace on my firestorms. I'm gonna attempt to brace. I do. So they're braced for impact, and that means I'll have a 4-up save against this. You need 5s to hit them. Oh, okay, good. It's a good thing I brace because he would. Unless I fail it. Oh, I fail it, so I get the worst. So this guy's braced still, and he's dead. That goes down there. After he fires, we're into the Ordnance Phase, and the only ordnance are these bombers.
Yaha.
And then moving them there, they can't go any further than that. They're closing in on my cruiser.
That's the absolute maximum they could go.
Both gonna end up over there. Obviously, you can fly through your own ship. Making a bombing run on my cruiser, so I'll have to deal with that soon. On my turn, actually. And with that, that will conclude turn 2 for Tarl and Chaos. We'll move on to my turn 3. You know what, Tarl, go ahead and roll a d6, remove that many blast markers. Forgot about that. That's in the end phase. You will get rid of 3, so you get to pick the 3 that aren't in base contact to remove. So 2, and 1 of those 2 over there.
Do I have to?
You have to get rid of 1 of them. Alright. This cruiser here, my Gothic class cruiser, is going to attempt to reload ordnance. And that's up. Sorry, I got the hiccups. That is A-okay. He's good. He'll have his torpedo bays back. That's where I end up after my little mini move from that. Then I guess I'll do my firestorm because he's kind of in the way. He's going to. That's a tough call. We are going to turn this way, and then we're going to go forward 25. Oh, not the full 25. We're going to go 12 and a half. We're going to go to about there. And at the end of the move, we're going to use the gravity well of the planet to turn a little bit. And he's still on that. This guy here, that cruiser, is going to roll, come to new heading. I got to turn him around. Come, oh, rip, never mind. Okay, that's a failed order. I'm going to go forward 10 on him. And then turn 45, go forward another 10. Which will take him to about here. And then we're going to use the gravity well of the planet because it extends 15 centimeters to turn towards the planet. Up to 45. Fire with this Gothic class cruiser first. We're going to do the lances into your, not iconoclast, but the, I keep on saying Eidolons.
Idolator.
Idolators. So we have 4 lances at them. Would you like to brace for impact?
No.
No bracing, eh? 4 ups. Well, one of them is dead. One hits the shield and the other one will extinguish it. So that guy would be dead.
Woo!
So actually look at the blast first.
Space noise.
Space noises. Boom. Bam. Alright, getting these escorts out of here. We'll launch torpedoes from here. Going forward in our front arc. We're going to try and hit this guy a bit. But he's still on brace for him. Actually, he's not braced for it anymore, but he could just brace again on your turn. Or when they hit you. After them, that Gothic class cruiser is going to fire his lance batteries into your cruiser. And sorry, the only reason I was able to fire at them is because they were the only legal target in my arc. They're the closest in my arc with the lances. And then his lances are going to fire into him. Would you like to brace? I could do some damage. I have 4 lances. You only have 2 shields. And you have
Convinced me to brace last turn. I'll brace again this turn.
And then I was going to say, and the torpedoes are coming at you again too. So bracing, leadership. Ooh, that is a fail. He's leadership 8 up to 9 because of that, but that's still a fail. So no brace for impact, but you can still try to brace for impact against the next hit. And here come the lances on 4s. Oh no! So 2 of your shields, and then this one actually hits you. Is it critical? It is a critical hit too. So that last hit will cripple him. Let's see what the critical result is. The higher the better, for me. His shields have collapsed. Now these blast markers I just applied are going to hinder my torpedoes, but hopefully we'll get lucky. So shields collapse, his shield value is reduced to 0, which means if he tries to move through blast markers, there's a chance he might take damage on a 6, and that kind of critical damage cannot be repaired. Then my firestorm's got no targets, so he's not going to fire. Now it's the Ordnance Phase. We have to resolve both of these, but we have to do mine first. So it's going to go flying forward into the blast first. On a 6, they're destroyed. They're okay, and you have 2 turrets. I think maybe 1. I gotta double check something. You're only gonna get 1 turret against that because you're crippled. You do stop it though, so it's only a strength 5 torpedo salvo. And I need 5s. Oh, sorry. Before would you like to? I assume you want to brace for impact again.
Oh yes, sir. I would love to try.
So there's another. I rolled a little too fast there, and wow.
Yep.
Okay, that's 2 more hits from torpedoes. Are they critical? Neither of them are. He's got 2 hits remaining on him, so he's pretty bad. But now these guys are coming for me over here. So now these guys are up next. Tarl has opted to fly both of them through the blast. These ones will connect with my ship. These ones will be a little behind. So these guys here flying through the blast.
Not a 6.
They're fine. Then we'll go ahead and resolve them in a second. Let's see if they die of the blast. Even though they could easily avoid it, they end up landing about here. They're a little short while these guys fly through the blast and do a bombing run. I'm going to opt to not brace for impact against this. I'm going to hope this isn't too bad damage. Let's see if my turrets can help. Oh, That's bad. So both the bombers are going to make it through, so it's going to be 1d6 per bomber minus 2, because I have 2 turrets per roll, to a minimum of 0. So it's going to be 2, 2, so it's 4 bombing hits. That hit my weakest armor, which is 5. And they also go through my shields. So you can get 4 dice. Every 5 up is a hit. We got 1. Let's see if it's a critical bomb hit. It is not. So I'm down to 7 hits remaining on him. That is it for the Ordnance Phase, and that is it for my turn. We're on to turn... I went first, so turn 3 for Chaos now. As that guy's not looking so hot. Get rid of these blasts. 1? Well, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of you. I don't know, it doesn't matter.
He is going to make his 90-degree turn here. Whoop.
Coming right towards my dude.
Yep. And then he'll go half his movement.
We're just gonna go ahead and move through the blast. That doesn't really hinder you too much other than slow your movement down, but that doesn't matter because that's more than enough movement to get there. These iconoclasts have turned and they're gonna go fly towards my other Gothic class cruiser.
Now, they do move 30. I'm not going to go the full 30. I'm just going to...
Right, because we are flying through blast, so we're not gonna go the full 30. There is okay, just getting that good shift. We're gonna end there, and then we have your 2 cruisers remaining. So this guy's movement minus 10 currently because the blast marker is and he's crippled. I'm gonna go 7.5, which is half his movement.
Ooh.
And then he could do a 45-degree turn. So he will do a 45-degree turn. Get the weapon batteries and arc. Last cruiser.
I'm going to call an order over here. I'm going to say, come to new heading.
I'm gonna try that out, and you get +1 to this because I'm on double one. Yeah, double
nice.
ones always pass. There we go. I think they always pass. So he's gonna come to new heading, which will allow him to turn twice this movement. Following the normal rules of movement, of course, he still has to go 10 before he does a 45-degree turn. So he's gonna face that way, and then he's gonna do another 10 towards the asteroid.
Yikes.
No, you're good. You're good. You're just missing it. There, and then he will do another 45-degree-ish turn, and then he could move. He moves 25.
Yeah.
He could go 5 more if he wants to. You just take that extra 5, just avoiding the asteroids there. Close though, very close. That's the last thing moves. So we're gonna go on to shooting. Where would you like to start this off?
Let's start at the guy before he dies.
Yeah, just like right in front of him. All right.
Yeah.
So he's gonna unload whatever he can. I know he's got a lance on the front, and I think his weapon batteries go front, left, right as well.
Yep, he will open up with the weapons batteries.
Nice. After everything is said and done, it's 1 roll.
Just looking for a 5, which he did not get.
He misses that, and then he's got a lance.
And looking for a 4, which he
Nope.
did not get.
Boo. The iconoclasts are gonna fire to the left into him. It's 3 dice. Looking for 5s. We got a hit. That hits one of my shields. Gonna have a shield hit over there, and then he's gonna have 1 level of shields left. It's gonna be 3 shots because it's a good shift after it's crippled. We got another hit on him, so that's gonna be another level of shields. Place that blast marker there. It will be overlapping your escort as well. And then we got this guy up. This guy doesn't have good range on him to fire with the prow weapons, and then on the left, shooting at that cruiser, the planet is in the way blocking line of sight. Bombers come flying into me in the Ordnance Phase. I assume that's where they want to go?
Yes, sir.
Alright, boom, in they go, and I got turrets. Turrets! Gonna make 1 fail one, and then that means one of the waves is destroyed. That you get 1d6 attack against me, as the other one doesn't make it in. So that's 4 attacks against me. I'm not going to brace. So you're looking for 5s. Okay, we'll go ahead and take 2 hits, and are they critical? 6s? Neither of them are, but I take 2 hits from that 1 bomber. Oh boy. That'll be it for Tarl's turn. We're gonna go to the end phase where he does have critical damage, but that one cannot be repaired. We're gonna get rid of 3 of these blast markers. We're gonna get rid of you 3, I think. Sorry, I'm jumping the gun. I'm removing blast markers for Tarl. Those ones obviously want to stay because they're gonna hinder him. Which 3 would you like to get rid of? 1, 2, and 1 more has got to go. Okay, that one there. This cruiser, at the start of my turn, is going to try to target lock. He is going to pass with all the modifiers. So we're going to move you to about there. After your movement, that's your minimum move-ish. You're going to attempt to reload ordnance. You are going to fail. Pretty sure, because you're the leadership 6-1. Yep, that's a fail. That's normal orders. So he's going to move a little bit towards the center of the planet there, or turn, using the gravity well, and then he's going to fly towards the planet. He's going to fly his minimum 10 towards the planet. And he's going to use that 45-degree turn to move there, and then he's going to fly just a little bit more. Can't really shoot this turn because he's on the planet, but he's also safe from being shot at. This guy's going to do a potential big fly. He's going to use the planet to turn a little bit towards the planet there, and then before he moves, he'll use his actual turn to go towards your escort We're gonna fly. Oh, not my ship. Oops. We're gonna fly to a boat right there. Move you back to there. And well, that's it for movement. We're gonna start with shooting. The only things I have to shoot are you two. You're gonna fire into him. Would you like to brace? I have one whole shot.
No.
Good call. You got one lance. Would you like to brace against the lance?
No, sir.
It's a 4-up or you're dead.
I don't care.
Oh, I got him. The lance gets him. Boom. That leaves my cruiser, who's going to fire his lances into that guy there. Would you like to brace? I do have target lock, and you only have 2 hits left. Bracing obviously means you'd be next to, or you'd be inefficient, like an invalid next turn, but you'll be alive still, probably.
No, I'm not going to brace.
No brace, eh? Nice. Lances. 4s. Re-rolling. That will be his demise. So I got 3 hits against him. I don't think the criticals matter. There's a critical. I'm just curious what it was. It's a 4. Nothing important. So he does take lethal damage there. So now we have to roll on the catastrophic damage table for him because he's a cruiser. We roll a 9. That's a plasma drive overload. Not a huge fan of that result. That is going to explode 3d6 centimeters out from where he is. He's going to be removed. We're going to put 4 blast markers where he was. And then any ships, mine and Tarl's included, are going to be caught in the explosion and take 4 strength hits. Oh, sorry, 4 lance hits, essentially. We still have to roll for it. So would you like to do the honors for his explosion range, or would you want me to?
I will roll for it. Let's see how big this is.
So you probably want 15-ish. So, 10, 11. With the 11, that does hit my Gothic cruiser, does not hit my Firestorm though. So we're gonna go ahead and remove him. Boom. Touching butts, just like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and why don't you go ahead and roll 4 lance hits against me. I'm not gonna brace for impact because I like rolling lots of dice. Oh wow. Okay, well that's a bad call on my end because now I'm crippled. Let's see if it's a critical to hit. Could be on a 6. Any critical damage? No. But I am now crippled on that cruiser. After taking that out, that is it for my turn because he can't fire at anything. And I'm gonna go ahead and remove some blast markers here. Gonna get rid of 1 blast. Okay, you stand alone. You're gone. That will bring it to Tarl's turn 4. And this goes away. These guys are gonna come to new heading to try and swoop up around behind my cruiser here. They have the good leadership. They're currently 9 because of that. My order up. So they're good. They're gonna come to new heading. They're gonna turn at the beginning of their movement. They're gonna move 15 because they have to go at least half. Then they're gonna do another 90-degree turn because they came to new heading. And then they can, well, they get to kind of pick, at this point they can kind of pick and move where they want to go and just try and shoot through that gap there. They're going to end up there. That's what's coming to new heading on them. Give this guy a lock on. We're going to attempt to lock on. He gets +1 to his leadership.
He is 6 though, so that's going to be a no-go for me.
That's a fail there, so no lock on for him, but that does free up maneuvering, I suppose. Flying up, 25. Hello, and welcome to the fight. After everything is said and done with them, at half weapon strength because they're on an order, they're on the come to new heading, you're gonna get 2 shots against the back of my cruiser there. Looking for 5s. Well, okay. Next up, in arc, against my cruiser, we have the weapon batteries. After everything is said and done, it's gonna be 4 dice. Looking for 5s. I'm not gonna brace. We got, yep. If there were lances, it's weird. I expected Chaos. I actually have more. I've never played Imperium. And in my mind, Eldar and Chaos have a butt ton of lances, in my experience. In this case, I have more lances. Now, are my ships... So I'm pretty new to this too. Are my ships better than this ship? I'm curious. They're about the same cost. I have lances and no weapon batteries, and I shoot torpedoes. But these guys have ordnance. This guy has ordnance. And that murder class ship had 10 weapon battery strength on both sides. And how many lances was on the front on that one?
2.
2? It's okay. They have good range, I know that. I don't know. I feel like mine are performing a lot better than Tarl's was, and that's kind of evident here. It's both of us kind of, you know, this is probably my 6th or 7th game, and I've never played Imperium before, and this is Tarl's first game. And, you know, I want his ships to look good, and it's just, they're not performing the same as my ships. But anyways, on to the next turn. We have to see how many of these go away. 4. Which 4 would you like to get rid of? Your pick of these. Get rid of those.
That's all evidence of my previous failures.
Gone.
Gone.
So this will be my turn 5, and if anyone's curious, this game can go up to 8 turns, or until there are no ships left on one side. This guy is going to attempt to come to new heading order. He will succeed. He's still going to fly into asteroids though, pretty sure. That 10 centimeter move, he's going to fly into asteroids before he moves turns. And then we're going to go ahead and do a leadership check. Okay, he maneuvers through the asteroids. He is fine. And then he's going to turn to 45 degrees and go 10 again, which will take him to there. And he's going to turn another 45.
Yep.
So that's where he is going to go. And then this guy over here on the planet is going to do target lock, I think. Yeah, we're going to target lock. Or attempt to. We do. Actually, just. Jeez. I guess we had +1 because of that. We're going to target lock you, and then you're just going to go forward. And that's going to take us to there with target lock. And then from him, the Firestorm is going to turn before it moves and fly to there. By shooting time, I'm going to try and gang up on this guy with my remaining ships I can. He's too far away and also behind an asteroid field. So we're going to start with my escort, who's going to, after everything is said and done, shoot 1 weapon battery at him on a 5. Would you like to brace?
No.
Didn't think so. We missed. And he's got 1 lance on a 4. Nope, alright, he's done. And then this guy's got 4 lances into him. Would you like to brace? I have target
thank
lock.
you.
No brace?
No.
Nice. 4 lances. We got 3 hits.
Yikes.
And I get 3 hits. So it just hits your 2 shields, and then 1 lance will get through. And it does not do critical damage, so he takes 1 hit. And that is it for my shooting phase. Then end phase blast marker is getting rid of 4 of them. I'm going to get rid of you guys. On to Tarl's turn. What would you like to do?
Alright, I'm going to start off with these little guys. I'm going to roll their leadership. I'm going to try and get them to lock on.
Locking on, okay. So their leadership, good. Currently 9 because I'm on orders.
Ooh.
Yep, they're good. That's a 4.
Double check that guy's arc.
Fly through. That should, yeah, that's definitely good. I'm gonna fly through my ship there and there with target lock on. We're gonna attempt to reload ordnance on your
Leadership 6.
domination. I can't remember. Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, it does fail. So you get +1 because I'm on special order, but -1 because of the blast markers.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna go with the full movement, eh?
Way up here.
We are turning, but we're gonna turn in this angle.
I'm going to do 2 shots rerollable.
Into him after everything is said and done.
And try and get rid of those shields, I guess, and only do that.
Yeah, re-rolling, hitting a shield maybe. Yeah, knocking out both levels of shields.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Woo.
Knocking both of his levels of shields off. Not bad for 2 level escorts. And then over here we got 2 lances in him. He's got 2 levels of shields anyways, but it'd be good to get blasts on him. We put a blast on him. And get rid of, you get to get rid of 6 blast markers.
Ooh, wow. So many blasts.
There's only 4 you can get rid of though.
Alright.
So those ones there are gone. Yeah, all of those. So on to my turn. We are going to attempt to lock on with you, I think. So you are pretty hurt. You're good. Yeah, yes you fail. That's it for orders, so that's easy. You know what? I like stuff like that, where I don't have to think anymore. I just lose my orders. Guy only moves 10 now because he's crippled, and he was on a blast marker. I guess we're just gonna keep flying forward. Now this Firestorm is gonna turn and fly there, minimum move. It's gonna move. Half his movement there, and then turn to there, and then I guess continue moving. Boop. He's gonna shoot 2 dice into the back of that not capital ship, but the cruiser, the devastation class cruiser. There we go. Ah, I fail horribly. Nice. Then a lance, which will also fail horribly. This guy's gonna fire. He only has 2 lances on the side now because he's crippled. Bam. Dice. This guy here is actually going to fire lances into them. Would you like to brace for impact? No bracing, eh? 4 ups. I got 1 of them. I break the shield and then I kill him. I'm going to break the shield, and then you would die, and then you would go about there. And it's now pretty much to the point where neither of us are we're just doing superficial damage to each other at this point. I got a crippled cruiser, which isn't very good against yours there. This guy's having a hard time keeping up with him. He's going to try and take him out, and he's just not doing anything. So, blast markers. We're getting rid of all of the blast markers on the table. So, it's on to Tarl's turn now. Obviously, the goal is to try and take this guy out. You're not in the worst position to pull that off. Would you like to reload ordnance?
Yeah, I would love to reload ordnance right now.
It'd be great to have, this ship that's based around bombers and... Yeah, we did it!
Hey!
Oh, okay, so he reloaded ordnance. He's got his bombers back.
So I gotta move my movement.
Moving the min,
Ooh.
which is there. And then we're going to turn. Oh, we're going to go a little bit further.
Well,
then,
it has to be the move.
it's true.
Just the way I was.
And then that does get the lance. The lances are on the sides on that one, right?
Yeah.
I guess the side, it doesn't really matter on the facing for
Yep.
lances.
It absolutely is. So the lances are on either side, and then he's got the battery up front.
Does this guy want to do any orders, or does he just want to fly in there?
He's just gonna fly in there. He's gonna turn his 90-degree, and then he's just gonna fly right up.
He's going to end up there. He'll have a good shift, which will be 2 shots with his weapon batteries into my cruiser. Oh, he got one. Yeah, stripped level shields. Knocking shields down there. Then this guy can go ahead and fire his 2 lances into him, which is looking for 4-ups. You want 2 4-ups here, not or 0. Okay, and then you can fire his bombers. Unload his bombers. Unloading the bombers that he reloaded, putting them down for the video's sake because they're both in range just to fly into me, and they can avoid the blast marker. So we'll just go ahead and resolve both of them, because I guess that's where we're at now. So
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna fly in. I only have 1 turret to defend against these bombers, so I can't even wipe out the waves anymore. So the first one that goes in, I get nothing against it, so it's gonna be 2d6 bomb runs against me, -1 on, so it can be a minimum of 0. So 6 hits from the 1 bomber though. We need 5s to hurt him. Going through my shields. Well, that's a hit on him. See if it's critical. And yes, that's 2d6 on the critical damage chart. And that's gonna be bigger, better for you. Okay, thank you for that.
Oh no!
I've got 3 hits left on me. That's a hull breach. I automatically take D3 extra damage. And the bombers did it. The bombers took him out. That's dice, baby. So the bombers go in, just absolutely annihilate him, open up a hull breach, and let's see what kind of damage this causes. Okay, nothing bad. I'm a drifting Hulk, so you've disabled the ship, you've killed off most of the crew, the engines are off, and I'm just gonna be drifting forward for the rest of the game, unable to shoot. And you'll get bonus points for him if he's on the table, kind of like capturing ships, drifting Hulks, so you repair them and add them to your fleet, that kind of stuff. Technically, that was the first bombers. These ones don't activate yet. Do you want to fly them into him?
Kamikazes!
Bomber's gonna fly into him. And I know I probably could have braced for impact there, but I wasn't expecting bombers to do that. So, my bad. Over here, these guys actually have 2 turrets. That stops one of the bombers. So it's gonna be D6 minus 2 hits on my escort there. That's gonna be 2 hits that are going to be doing damage on 5. You just need 1 5. I guess I should brace. I think I'll brace. My bad. I know what I was supposed to do before. Oh, never mind, not bracing. That's a fail. That's a fail. And 1 5 up and I'm dead. Rip. He is also dead. The bombers just cleaning house over here.
Bombers!
Rip. Bombers MVP. That's like a game-saving bomber run on both ends there. At the end of your turn there, this will go away because that's the only one. My turn. I'm gonna see where that guy scuttles to. He's gonna go for 10, 14, 16 centimeters. So he is just going to float to there. And I knock your ship, my bad. That's gonna stay there, and then he's gonna poop out a little bit of a fire behind him. Poop. This guy here is going to move 10, turn 45, and go 10. He's slow. This is not good. And then the remaining move will take him to there. It's gonna be hard to keep up with them. Probably should have reloaded ordnance there, but you know what? Who needs torpedoes? I don't have arc on my port or starboard or on my left side. So that is going to be the end of my turn. That was quick. Yeah. Yeah, that means this goes away. I wonder if that counts as going away. So on your turn, this escort's gonna piece and save face. That's points you save, right? That's 25 points that I won't be able to get if you fly away. Boop. And if you stay on the table, I get 0 points for him. But if you fly off, I think I get 10%.
Nice.
We're gonna try come to new heading on him. He's leadership 6. Oh, he's good.
Hooray!
So come to new heading, that'll give him 2 turns. So you know, the fact that he moves 25 will let him use the come to new heading. Otherwise, if it was my ship, I couldn't do it. So he's gonna move. He's gotta move at least 10 before he can turn. He's gonna move there. 45.
Oh gosh.
I believe in you. Oh, but he might fly off the table, but I don't know. I
No,
think he's
here
good.
he goes. Here he goes.
So he's gotta go another 10 before. Oh, I think you're good. Yeah, you're good. You're gonna skirt the edge of the battlefield. That's for sure. All that matters is the base. That is where your new facing is, just skirting the edge of the engagement zone.
So close.
Nice. Blast protects. And we're on to the top of turn 7, where I am going to reload ordnance on this guy. Ah, is it worth doing? I don't know. Yeah, we'll reload it. We'll try it. Oh, we fail. Okay, well, whatever. So 10's gonna take me right in front of the asteroids. We're gonna turn 45 and go further 10, and then further 10 forward. That's it for him. You are going to go 8, 11, 13. Not quite off the table yet. So you're going to disappear at the end of the phase, and you're just going to poop out over there. At the end of my turn, because I didn't reload my ordnance, and nothing's in my arcs to fire. So on to the bottom of 7 for you. There's only one more turn after this.
Okay.
So did he reload ordnance?
Not yet.
He's gonna try now.
He's gonna try.
Well, because I failed my check, you don't get +1 to yours. That's all part of the plan. Thank you, dice. So leadership 6. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Hooray!
He's fine. He's got bombers again.
Speaking of bombers.
Is it moving then bomb time?
Moving then bomb time, I think.
They actually might be able to shoot a couple of lances too. I guess the lances actually won't matter because it's only 2. They're gonna go 12.5 centimeters and then just turn, and that's your move?
Yep.
All right. Do you want to fire lances? Because it could slow me down.
I will fire everything.
All right. I guess we'll have to check. Oh, we have to. That guy technically has to move too. There's always a
Yes,
minimum
he will.
move.
He will. All right, so he's just gonna turn his 90, and then he's gonna show up way over here,
Boop. Yeah.
running 30 centimeters away from that guy,
And I assume on the next turn he'll probably go over there.
and stay on the table. Yeah.
And the planet protects.
The planet protects.
At 60 centimeter range on those lances, so we're gonna go ahead and fire 2 lances at my Gothic cruiser. We're gonna have 1 go through, which will put a blast marker on, which is all we wanted. Firing out the bombers, and they're gonna come flying over here in your ordnance phase. And then they'll just go ahead and move again in my ordnance phase, and then they'll come and connect with my cruiser. The 2 bombers end up as they're coming in, and I have no real defense against them. I could shoot at them, but I mean, it's 6s.
6s.
Yeah. Go for a Hail Mary play. We're gonna attempt the biggest ram you've ever seen to maybe win this game, because otherwise I lose this game if I don't get him. This is my last turn. All ahead full. We get it. Just because of that. Now we need to roll near max on these D6s to get this ram. I'd hit him on the side too, be ideal. Okay. I don't think that's going to get me there, but it's still a pretty cool roll. I just want to point that out. That's an 18. 18
Yeah.
plus my 15, which is going to be 33. 33 centimeters is going to take me to there. Bombers are going to get me for sure, but boy, do I move fast in space. Boom. So a few more centimeters and I could have potentially made that ram, which would have then been, of course, another leadership check, but that would have been cool if it worked. We are men of the Imperium and we fear no evil, so that's why we did it. And then comes shooting phase. I have nothing. Oh, no, that guy's outside of 30 for sure, so I can't shoot him with my lances, and plus asteroid field. Then comes the ordnance phase, where they're both going to fly into me, I assume.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
Actually, this guy's got to move. He might go off the field. He is going to drift off the field. Gone.
Space sounds.
Lost to the darkness. Resolve the first bombers. They'll go in, and I have
Hurry, bombers!
2 turrets against them. I don't kill either of them, so Tarl's gonna get 2d6 against me. -2 on each roll. Okay.
Oh,
2 minimum of 0.
hey.
So the turrets in the end did help me. And then the second wave of bombers are gonna go in. And turrets. I kill one of them, so it's gonna be d6 -2. Okay,
Oh,
bombers.
yeah.
There's no medium ground for bombers.
Hit or miss.
Yeah, they're everything or nothing. That's my last turn of the game. This goes away. Last turn of the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and reload those ordnance because I really need those hero bombers to show up for me.
So your leadership's 7 right now. Nope.
Oh, yikes.
Oh, well, you have 2 lances, and he's got 2 shields. So the only, oh no, because that guy needed to come to new heading. So the only
Yeah,
hope would
that
have
guy
been,
can't.
so he would have had to do come to new heading, fly around, strip 1 shield, and then you would have had to have 1 lance strip the other shield, then the other lance hit, do critical damage, and bulkhead collapse, I think is what it's called. Yeah, bulkhead collapse, where I lose an extra d6 hits, and then I would have died. That would have been like, I wonder what the odds of that.
Craziest roll.
Yeah, that would have been like the most astronomical odds. But that pretty much ends, unless you just want to fire lances at me for the sake of firing lances.
Oh yeah, let's hit you.
Lances.
Hey!
They both hit. So I lose 2 levels of shield.
No shields.
And that is it. We're going to go ahead and calculate some points and let you know what the score is at the end, though I suspect that is a chaos victory. Final score after this cruiser clash engagement, Tarl killed... Oh no, I killed, what, 315 of yours?
350.
About 315 of your points, you killed 380 of mine. So it's a victory. Minor.
Score
maybe.
1 for the good guy.
That's 1 for the good guys, though. And that, folks, is Battlefleet Gothic. If anyone, that's like the... Though, to be fair, we didn't play with too many of the XR changes, like boarding actions, hit and run stuff, all that good stuff. But that's Battlefleet Gothic, if you're curious. We're obviously going to be playing more games of this, so check that out in the Vault or upcoming episodes if you're not already a Vault member. As always, guys, see you next time. And happy wargaming, and big shout out to Tarl. Thank you for playing all these games with me and suffering through this nonsense and this gauntlet.
Dice games!
Dice games!
Hey!
Tarl's favorite! Yay!
Yay!
See you guys.